Hey guys, in this video we're gonna talk about a legend, Toby Crabel. He is managing billions in investor capital and this strategy is still profitable today. I've been running this as well, and that is the NR4 pattern. So we're gonna build it in Profectus AI. We're gonna talk about the trading strategy, the trading plan, the results, and how to build it in Profectus AI step by step. Let's dive into the trading plan first. What is going on here? Step one for the sell side, so you can of course also buy only or sell only or trade buys and sells. But for this example, let's just talk about the last candle closed is an inside bar, and if that happens, I want to do something. So step one, if we see an inside bar in the markets for the new ones, this is an inside bar. Let's say we have two candles here, and if you have this candle one, this high is lower than this high and this low is higher than this low, so this candle here is an inside bar. It's falling inside the candle before that. So that is the first rule, is the last candle closed, candle one, so this is candle one, as an inside bar. If we see that in the markets, we are almost ready to find an NR4 pattern setup. So let me delete that quickly and let's talk about the second rule in this trading plan. The last candle closed, C1, so candle ID 1, is smaller than candle 2, 3 and 4. So we want to see an inside bar pattern, but also this inside bar needs to be smaller than the candle before it. And if that is true, it also needs to be smaller than the candle before that and before that. So that is a little trick Toby Crabel likes to use in his strategies, and that is to measure volatility. So volatility is of course very important in the markets, and by comparing if the last candle is the smallest, so let's say this is a very small inside bar and all the candles before that are bigger, then we know, okay, price is ready to break out, price is ready to move and create a new trend. And that is when you want to enter the markets, right? Not when the trend already happened, but when you expect the trend to happen, and then you can bank those big risky rewards that we all need for our prop firm challenges, for our prop firm accounts, and maybe even on your own accounts. Let's talk about the next step in this setup. So check if price, if we haven't traded today yet, and then check if price is crossing the candle one low and we go short. So if I draw this inside bar one more time, but a little bit bigger, then of course this is the candle low and this is the candle high, and then we have the open and the close price, right? That's either here or there. If price breaks this low, then we want to trade. We want to trade the breakout. So here we're gonna sell. We're gonna place our stop loss maybe here. I will show you where to place it, and then your target. Let's say we have a target there. Maybe you want to add management in Perfectus. We have templates for that you can easily add, like a trailing stop loss or just a fixed risk reward, or lock in some profit. Even profit taking regarding partial profits is possible. So this is the trading plan. Let me show you on the charts how it looks and in Profectus AI, and then at the end of this video you'll have your algorithm ready. We are here on dollar yen on the H4 on the 4-hour time frame with the algorithm, and already a buy position is opened. What is important is that we are looking for that inside bar, remember? So this candlestick here, this high is lower than this high, and this low of this candlestick is higher than this low. So this whole candle, this candle ID 2, is more or less engulfing like the candle after that, this candle ID 1. And then when price opened, we can see we are long right now and we have a long position. Regarding settings of this algorithm, we have a few settings we need to talk about. Spread is set at 100, which is 100 pips, which is a lot, so we don't really have a spread filter here. If we reduce this to 1, for instance, the system probably won't take any trades anymore because that is a very low spread. Just spread protection, super important to have. Then we have risk, 1% risk per trade, target 100% of the stop loss, so 1-to-1 risk to reward, start time, end time of trading, and then a pop stop loss. So that's 0.1 is very small. If you set this on 1%, this means 1% of current price. So let's say you have your cursor here, and then 1% of 108 is quite a big stop loss. But if you do 0.1%, you have a very small stop loss, you can see here. And then look back period is 4. This is, we are only looking back 4 candles, and then comparing if this candle 1 is smaller than candle 2, is 1 smaller than candle 2, and is 1 smaller than candle 3, and 1, 4, etc. Right? So you can increase it or keep it like that. So we are currently long, and we have a very small stop loss, you can see here, and a small target you can see there. Of course, play around with risk rewards. If you have a very small target, we will have a lot of trades. And let's see what's happening. We can speed this up a little bit, but then we go very fast. Okay, so we already had 2 trades here. We had a long banking and then a short banking here, and now we're long again. A lot of inside bars are happening here, and then we have a loss. So 3 trades, 2 wins, 1 loss. And if you just let this go, we will spot all the inside bars and we'll trade that with a 1-to-1 risk to reward. We can increase the stop loss, increase the target, add management. But first of all, it's important to understand how this strategy works. If we speed it up, you can see where's the next inside bar. It's taking a while. There we go. We have 2 in a row, and we are just taking more and more trades. So a lot of action with this pattern. And yeah, we are looking for an inside bar, and then also that inside bar needs to be the smallest candle of the past 4. Let's dive into Profectus and move around a little bit. We have here the algorithm. You can download this algorithm like all the videos in the description below. It will open up. But it is important to stay with me, because walking through this system will also teach you how this system works and how to, of course, backtest it properly, get the right settings for your trading approach, for your trading prop firms, challenges, or just your private capital. So it's important to understand how to work with this, otherwise you cannot find the best settings. With that said, run at time. We have this which time once per day. By the way, if you're new to Perfectus, this might be a little bit of a more advanced video. We have a lot of easier tutorials also on the platform. But how does this work? Well, we have when to trade, and these are all blocks. And every block you throw on this canvas will be triggered at the starting block, so at the top. And every price movement, every tick that the market moves, this algorithm will run. This first block will be activated, including this one and this one. So these top blocks will be activated every tick when this algorithm runs. And then we have the yes answer if it ran, and then we have the yes and no block. So if the answer was no, the algorithm will stop, and the next time it will run. And we have the yes, and then we move through the next one in decision tree. That's the logic of this platform. With that said, let's continue. We have run at time. So this block will be triggered every single tick, but in this block we have run at time, and that means once per day we only trigger this block. So only one specific time on the day this whole tree might run, or will run. At least this first one will run, and then we check this once a day. Okay, and that run at time is exactly 5 minutes past 1. We will run and see if this is true, this first block. If it is true, we check this one. If that's true, we continue. We are building a loop here. A loop is quite advanced, and I think the most advanced thing in the platform, because looping means you're looking at past market data, you're comparing candlesticks, you're looking for swing highs, swing lows, or in this case, we are looking for the size of the last candle and compare that with the size of the candle before that. If that is true, if the inside bar is indeed smaller than the candle before that, we want to check if it is smaller before that one. So if you go to the first trade example we have here, this candle is small, and it is indeed smaller than the candle before that. If that is true, then what's next? What do we want to check? Well, we want to check if this one is also smaller than this candle. And if that is also true, okay, what is next? We want to check if it is smaller than the candle before that. And we keep doing that until we have checked all the 4 candles or 5 or whatever setting you use right here with look back. And yeah, we're just gonna check that. So that's how looping works. To find more things, you have here, if you quickly ask how do loops work, you will have a reply here. This is still beta version, by the way, so treat it nicely. We have here according to building loops, and you can click on that And here you see a whole tutorial on loops, but I'm gonna walk you through it in this video as well. We have the docs.perfectus.ai, that is this, and you find a lot of tutorials. What we have here is run at time 5 minutes after 1. We're gonna check if candle 2 high is higher than the high of 1. And if that is true, we're also gonna check if the candle low of 2 is lower than 1. That is exactly an inside bar. If you go back to this example, this high is indeed lower than that high, and this low is higher than that low. So candle 1 is an imbalance and 2 is, you just use that to compare. And you can see that with every example, everyone is an inside bar, and the algorithm of course spots that perfectly. If that is both true, so we have an inside bar confirmed now by these 2 trade rule blocks, then yes, we're gonna check if the candle total size of 1 is smaller than the candle total size in pips of candle ID. Wait a minute, there's no number here. That is true because that is the number 2, but we stored it as a variable, so we can change it, or the algorithm can change it while running. So it's not really a setting like an input where we change it once at the start of running an algorithm, and then we don't change it anymore. A variable is something that changes ongoing while the algorithm is running. And we have here candle total size of 2. So what we are doing in this trade rule block is simply saying, take the total size of candle ID 1, so that might be 20 pips, and then take the total size of candle ID, well in this case the value is set at 2, okay, maybe that's 25 pips, and then is candle 1, which was 20 pips, lower than 25? Yes. Okay, if that is true, we know that candle 1 is just smaller than candle 2. If that is true, we're gonna check candle 2 was the value, remember, is below look back. So how far we want to look back? Well, that is set at 4, this setting, yeah, if I remember correctly. This is a fixed setting that you set at the start when you run your algorithm, so that stays 4. So 2 is indeed below 4, correct? At least as far as I know, 2 is lower than 4. Cool, then we take this route because this is yes, this is no. Yes, okay. What we do is we go to the modify variable block, that's this block. If you open a default, it looks like that. We change the name by double clicking. Let's quickly delete it. And we do sid plus 1. So the value of sid was 2, and now we're gonna change that number to number 3, so plus 1. So we select sid, candle ID, that's the how I name it. You can name it whatever you want, and then plus 1. So 2 is selected, the value 2 plus 1, okay? If that is done, we go back here, and now we run the same trade rule again, which is candle total size 1 is smaller than the total size of sid, but sid is not 2 anymore, it's now 3. Yeah, it's because we added plus 1. You won't see that here, but if you run the algorithm while it's running, it just changed it to 3. So now we check if candle 1 is smaller than candle 3, the total size, you know? And if that is true again, we're just gonna check again, okay, sid is 3, is that below 4? Yes, okay, we can still add sid plus 1. So now sid is 3 plus 1 is 4. Then we go here again, 1 is smaller than 4, and that's a loop. You just keep doing that. If this is true again, now sid 4, is that lower than 4? No. Okay, then we have green lights. Green light is 1, and the algorithm can now go here, check if green light is 1, and then do other things like trading, because now we check the condition. We also have answer no here. So let's say candle 1 is not smaller than candle 2 or 3 or 4. Then we have the no answer. Then we reset the sid back to 2, the default value, and then it stops. Like then, okay, we're done. The next day, this whole thing will, at 5 past 1, it will run again, you know? And then we're gonna look for the setup. Is it not there? Fine. Next day, we're gonna look for the setup again. Now you know how this loop works. And like I said, that's quite complex, but this way you can also find supply and demand zones, support and resistance levels. If you understand how this works, we have a lot of tutorials on that, but also fractals, swing highs, swing lows in the markets. It's all on our YouTube channel. You can find it. For now, run in session. Between certain session, we want to check the next blocks. So again, this block is activated every price movement, but then run in session blocks it during certain sessions. We only start time is 1 and then until 11 mostly. Then we check if we have green lights. So yesterday was an inside bar and also the smallest inside bar. If that is all correct, we have green lights, correct? Green lights is 1. We use that number here to activate this tree. And buy count is 0, so we didn't have a trade yet. After a buy, you can see here, there's buy count to 1. And we change the 0, which is a variable, to 1. You know? So here we have buy count is default 0. But after we take a buy now, we change that to 1. And then we block this tree for taking another trade. Price crosses candle high crosses. We check the spread, so this is the spread filter. And then we buy. We buy with a stop loss, POPSL, and a target. And those are settings you can change at the start. Okay, so TP is 100, so 100% of the stop loss. You can make it a 1 to 5 risk reward, whatever you want. Same is for the sell side. And then end of the day, we want to reset all the variables. So green light goes to 0, buy count to 0, sell count to 0. And everything is reset again. Okay? This is the setup, this is the trading strategy, Toby Crabel NR4, fully automated in Profectus. You can download it, import it to your MetaTrader and test it. I love this strategy, it's very cool. And yeah, play around with it. And I see you in the next video. Subscribe below, comment below if you have questions. Join our Discord as well for more questions and answers. And I see you in the next one next week.